Hi everyone. After watching this video, you should be able to verify the characteristics of series parallel combinations of resistors. Objective: at the end of this video, you will be able to 1. Connect the resistors in a series parallel configuration. 2. Verify the characteristics of a series parallel combination of resistors. Let us discuss the basic characteristics of series and parallel circuits individually. A series circuit is the one where the components are arranged one after another, which makes a single path for current flow. Hence, in a series circuit, the current remains same throughout the circuit, but the voltage across the components will not be the same. The voltage varies with the resistance value of the components. More resistance will cause a greater voltage drop. That is, in series circuits, current remains same in series components, and the sum of all voltage drops across the components must be equal to the input voltage. A parallel circuit is one where all the components are connected parallel to each other. Hence, in a parallel circuit, the current through each branch is not the same and varies with the corresponding resistance value of the components. Less resistance will offer more current, and more resistance will cause less current. That is, in parallel circuits, the voltage drop for all components remain the same, and the sum of all the current that flows through each branch is equal to the circuit current. Let us discuss this in practical terms. Let the resistor values of R1, R2 and R3 and R4 be 50 ohms, 100 ohms, 150 ohms and 200 ohms respectively. Connect the two resistors R1 and R2 in series with each other. Connect another set of resistors R3 and R4 in parallel with each other and in series with the R1 and R2 series resistors. Connect the two ammeters A1 and A2 in series with the resistors R3 and R4 respectively. Connect an ammeter A in series with R1 and R2. Connect the voltmeters V1, V2 in parallel to the resistors R1 and R2 respectively. Connect voltmeters V3 across R3 and R4. Connect the variable DC source at the input to the circuit. Set the different voltage levels like 10 volts, 15 volts, 20 volts, 25 volts and 30 volts and measure the ammeter and voltmeter readings, ensuring compliance with the given table. Verify the sum of currents from ammeter A1 and A2 is equal to A and the sum of V1, V2 and V3 is equal to the input voltage set in the DC source. Let us discuss this with another circuit. This example is more or less same as the earlier example. So need to change the detailing for a new one, say two parallel circuits in series with each other. Let us discuss with the other circuits. Take 5 numbers of resistors R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. Let the value of all resistors be 100 ohms. Connect the moving coil ammeters ranging from 0 to 100 milliamperes in series with each resistor. Like connecting the ammeters A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5 series with the resistors R1, R2, R3 and R4 respectively. Connect the resistors R1, R2 and R3 in parallel with each other. Connect the resistors R4 and R5 in parallel with each other. Connect these two circuits in series as shown in the circuit diagram. Connect a 12-volt battery switch S and a common ammeter A ranging from 0 to 500 milliamperes to the circuit. Energize the circuit by closing the switch S. Note down the meter readings in the tabulation. You could observe that the sum of currents in the ammeters A1, A2 and A3 is equal to the sum of currents in A4 and A5, even though the total resistance of both circuits are not same. This shows that at any junction in the circuit, the sum of incoming current is equal to the sum of outgoing currents. Now open the switch S. Take two moving coil voltmeters V1 and V2 ranging from 0 to 20 volts. Connect the voltmeter V1 in parallel to resistors R1, R2 and R3 as shown in the circuits. Connect the voltmeter V2 in parallel to resistors R4 and R5 as shown in the circuit. Energize the circuit by closing the switch S. Note the voltmeter readings in the tabulation. You could observe that the sum of voltages V1 and V2 is equal to input battery voltage. Open the switch S. To the same circuit, connect resistor R6 with 100 ohm series with the entire circuit as shown in the circuit diagram. Reconnect the voltmeter V2 parallel to R4, R5 and R6 as shown in the circuit diagram. Close the switch S and note the voltmeter readings in the tabulation and ensure both voltages are equal to the input battery voltage. This shows in any closed circuit, the sum of voltage drops is equal to the input voltage. Let us discuss another series parallel combinational circuit. Take 5 resistors, namely R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. Let the values of resistors R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5 be 50 ohms, 100 ohms, 150 ohms, 200 ohms and 250 ohms respectively. Connect the moving coil ammeters ranging from 0 to 50 milliamperes in series with each resistor A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5 series to R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5 respectively. Connect the resistors R2, R3, R4 and R5 in parallel to each other. Connect the resistors in the R1 series to the circuit as shown in the circuit diagram. Connect two voltmeters V1 and V2 ranging from 0 to 20 volts in parallel to two series circuits as shown in the circuit diagram. Connect the variable DC power supply with switch S to the circuit as shown in the circuit diagram. Ensure the voltage level in the variable DC power supply is at the minimum setting. Switch on the DC power supply and close the switch S. Set the different voltage levels in the DC power supply and note the readings in the table. Ensure the current in the ammeter A1 is equal to the sum of the currents in the ammeters A2, A3, A4 and A5, which proves Kirchhoff's current law. Ensure the voltage in the variable DC power supply is equal to the sum of the voltages in voltmeter V1 and V2, which proves Kirchhoff's voltage law. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.